Sister P. Now in our culture, we say the youth who have the reputation of being the baddest and the quote-unquote wickedest youth in the community get the most ratings and the most kerosene. You find out enough youths end up push the boundary of violence. Them carry it to a level where even other gunmen are surprised. Today I'm going to be talking about a youth that go by the name Bingy. In real name, Tafari. Now, the first time you would hear me talk about Bingy was probably in the video where I was talking about what almost happened to one of your favorite artists them over Elsha side. Bingy's highly destructive career as a 87 is closely tied to another youth that go by the name of Sus. You would hear me talk about him as well. Sus and Bingy. One of the most destructive combination Spanish Town has ever seen, and that's no exaggeration. Their stories are so intertwined that you're not going to fully understand the Bingy story until the Sus video drop. Now, the Sus video. If you remember the last video I'm telling you, say, to keep looking out for, because it's going to be an extraordinary video. It was the Nevada Hodges video. I rarely hype up videos. The Nevada Hodges video is currently sitting at about 700,000 views. Don't ask me how so much people watch that video. You see, one thing when an event is trending and everybody talk about it and everybody look for it on YouTube, or a video about something that happened to a celebrity or something like that, or maybe you have a hot girl and get a good thumbnail with part of her body or something like that. That's how videos really go crazy on YouTube. But when you see a video who was about a non-famous individual at 87 who 99% of Jamaicans have never heard of, especially people who don't come from a Spanish town, and you see so much people tune in, you know something in that video connect with people. Well, the next video I am confidently telling you will shake up Jamaica will be the Sus video. Well, the next video I can confidently tell you will make the Jamaican people be as interested, maybe close, I don't know if it will surpass it, but close to the Hodges video will be the Sus man video. I have a real surprise coming in that video. Now Bingy and Sus, even though them end up in the Klansman system, at one point them they actually over Homestead. They say them used to base. So in the Klansman system, when them ever kill people, them normally send multiple 87s. Right? Sometimes it can be 2, 3, it can be 6, any amount. Right? It can be 2 carload a man. But over time, people start to realize say, 2 youth work really good together. Sus and Bingy. Some 87s, depending upon who and where them figure kill people, might start to get a bit of, cold feet. Not Bingy. This youth simply did not care who was the target. This is what quickly propelled him to the top of the Klansman system, because you'd have a gang and you'd have 20 people who are active killers, but within that 20 you have 5 who are rated higher than the other 15, and that 5 are usually reserved for the killings them with some of the other man them each to go upon. I will give you some examples, and they say when I already know about what almost happened over Elsha. Bingy never a certain style about him, but make the rest of man them in the clans talk amongst themselves and say this youth is a whole different type of thing. You see, most 87s, when they go for somebody, they normally just shoot them up and take with themselves instantly. Bingy was the type to hang around and make sure you're dead. So when it comes down to violence, Bingy was very impulsive. When the Tesha and Blackman war they get really hot, Bingy was one of the major players in the war. Even though Blackman's side have only about 87, it was a minority of them who would have done most of the damage to Tesha's side. Bingy, Sus, right? We already tell them a long time, we get them called sci-fi, brains and them. And perhaps one of the best examples of just how far Bingy is willing to go to kill people. There was a youth who did this Blackman and runway, called Westmoreland. Yes, Westmoreland. Look on your map and see how far Westmoreland is from Spanish Town. This youth runway and thinks that everything was alright. Chance would have it. That's a girl that Westmoreland and see the youth. She called back and tell the clansman them say, them spot him. They used to load up in a car and go all the way to kill the youth of Westman. Bingy. Him and Sus. Even when other people in a clan just said that's a lost cause, even when other people have said that don't make no sense, they simply would not turn down an opportunity to kill. Blackman rate Bingy because anybody him say go for, him go for. Whenever 87 as impulsive as Bingy, it's only a matter of time before some kind of falling out one. Sus was so important to the Blackman faction of clans that when him lose fame life, whole heap of things turn upside down. Bingy did even have one gun where Blackman tell him say, "Don't be careful." Normally, this would have been done. Normally, when them do them shootings and them killings, Bingy would have care about gun or care about get the person or lock it on. Suddenly, Bingy decides say, him not care about no gun. You see, with Sus gone, Bingy started to have greater ambitions. He no longer wanted to be just a 87 because Bingy did feel like say him a top killer and him should not take no talk from no man at all. He end up fall out with Blackman, worse him say him not care about the gun. When him drop back at Homestead, Bingy name hot like lava. Triple murder go on, main suspect Bingy. Double murder go on right after that, main suspect Bingy. Now for the shootings them like up on, he wasn't alone, but because he was one of the most infamous 87s by this point in the Spanish Town, theme name did constantly ring. This make more youths only look up to him. This might not make sense to you. You might be wondering how people feel look up to the individual I described, but this is how it works in an acidic environment. The quote-unquote badder you are, the wickeder you are, the more brazen you are, equal more ratings. So the man in a quote-unquote run off Homestead was a individual with them called Fella. Eventually, Bingy started to get annoyed about the fact the Fella had done because Bingy never rate Fella as the top killer. You see, by this point, Bingy's reputation as a killer was well known in Spanish Town. You see, the picture we are look on now, you might have scratch your head and I say, "Other brother, you really talk about? You're telling me this youth is one of the most dangerous youth from the Spanish Town?" Yes, and in this picture, him actually a bit younger because later on, him ear get longer and him get even whiter. You know the kerosene them love the bad boy style. Him full of tattoo, right? White out, reputation as a killer. It don't get no better than that. It might not make sense to you, but that's how it work in an acidic environment. That's how it work in a bad man culture. So now Bingy start to recruit theme youths them from his pool of fans. Now him have some youths around him who are step with him when him go up on him little 87 mission them. Separate from Fella team. And you know that right there so is eventually going to lead to problems because him a now start to become his own a little Dan. So recently you may talk about somebody named Wasi. Well, he was around even from them time. And Wasi and Fella did have understanding. Well, Bingy end up kill one of Wasi with them. This would lead to some problems. So Fella make it known say him a go deal with the Bingy situation. So them end up call big meeting. Right? One supposed to forward a Babylon and talk about what go on, and Bingy was supposed to turn up and explain himself. But Bingy, being Bingy, decides that him not turn up and explain himself to somebody like Fella because by now Fella was beneath him in a few eyes. Him simply have too much dope on him name and him don't respect Fella as the top killer, so Fella can't call him on a meeting. So Fella end up call him and ask him how he must do that, as in how him from kill 87 from Watch's side, and him discuss that nobody not send him go kill nobody. Bingy make it known to Fella say him man a bad man and tell him to go suck him man. People were stunned. Them couldn't believe it. Bingy make Fella know say him is no done and he can't talk to him. The meeting end up mash up. The meeting end up mash up because people realized that Bingy had reached a stage where he could not be controlled anymore. Remember, him already did this Blackman because when Sus dead, Blackman tell him to care about the gun, him say him not care about the gun. That should have been all the sign people need to know say Bingy can't tame. if Bingy could have go against Blackman them time there, I don't know why fella thing say him will go against him. So them decide say them a go kill Bingy. So Bingy used to power with Mark and Boxer them at the time. Yes, the same Mark and Boxer I hear me talk about recent time Spanish Town get on. When you realize how long them money are bad, when you hear how long the name them a call, Wasi, Mark, Boxer, and nothing new. So remember, him did already violate fella. This is on top of the fact say him did violate Blackman. So now them decide say Bingy go dead. But this youth is a very paranoid 87 who know the streets very well. So his enemies them had a problem getting to him, but they know it go with friend. Well, there was supposed to be a killing in all over, but none of them know about. Bingy is always ready and willing to go for a killing. They end up telling him say them a go pick him up and carry him or shoot people in a whole harbor. As usual, Bingy couldn't wait. Him sit down in a Babylon with him gun in him lap. Him a wait for the car to come pick him up. When him look, him see the usual car full of man where him recognize and know very well here in the Babylon. You see, Bingy is a youth where any strange car draw down upon him. Especially hours a night, he might full it a shot. That's why him scared. You can't just drive in a Babylon with Bingy in there and he don't know you, right, and make it out back alive. That's a very dangerous game to play. But this time, the car pull up, the car drive past Bingy and turn and come back. Bingy didn't react. He didn't react because he know the whole of the man them in the car. He didn't react because there was no enemy in the car. There was no stranger in the car. That car is to pick him up and carry him go all over to go kill people. As the car get close to Bingy and man get ready to stand up and go in night, we know them wind down, be a gunshot start reach Bingy. Before him could have even react properly, the man them mash him up, lay him out flat on the ground. And just like that, one of the most infamous killers to come out of Spanish Town lose him life. By the time Bingy dead, people start to see fella walk around with Bingy Glock. You see Bingy have whole heap of gun. Remember, law-abiding Jamaicans can't even get one licensed firearm to protect themselves. But Bingy, they have 2 Glock, shotgun. Sometimes they catch him with a rifle or go on their mission. 87s like Sus or Bingy. Them do so much damage that's even in time them gone. Even to this day, you can still see the effects. When you have somebody who are shoot and kill so much, police try to catch him much time and then get away. There was even an infamous case of Bingy them go kill one youth. And as them shot them under the stoplight, the police them behind the car or Bingy them just by chance. And when time the police them take on Bingy them, right, them shoot them way out of it and get away and go back go laugh. So I'm gonna leave this one right just so you know. And for the little details them and names and things, them that will come out in the Sus man video. And then it will all make sense. But this youth Bingy has managed to shoot and kill him way into a list of people, right, where you've heard me describe as Apex 87s. People who, no matter what the activists tell you, they can't reform them. Bingy simply had to go out or him go out. Just like how Sus have to go out or him go out. If one of them enemy kill them, a police or them friend set them up. Do not think for a second that Bingy are gonna jail us, go in 5 years and come back and say him reformed. Too much dopey there on him name. Too much death, too much destruction. So I'm gonna leave this one right just for now. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, no life. Politricks squad, stay circling.
Welcome to the Weekend Drive with DJ Perryvilla. Please fasten your seatbelts.
It's your girl Noir, and I'm locked into the Weekend Drive with DJ Perryvilla. Fasten your seatbelts.
This is your girl Shali, and I'm locked into this Weekend Drive with my boy DJ Perryvilla. You better fasten your seatbelt.
This is Asabe, and I'm locked into the Weekend Drive with DJ Perryvilla. Fasten your seatbelts.